Welcome to Inside the Huddle with Muskingum head football coach Al Logan, your weekly source for all the latest news on the Muskie football program. Coach, last weekend a tough game for the Muskies, a 27-16 setback here at home against Baldwin Wallace, a game in which the Muskies led 16-7 at the half. What was the difference between the first and second half of play?
I thought our kids initially came out the first half and played hard. We executed well. We didn't make some mistakes that we had made in earlier games in terms of penalties and stupid penalties and personal fouls and all that. Kind of kept us in the game. And actually, the first time all year where I thought our kids made some plays. Cut the ball well down the field, threw the ball, had enough time to throw the ball down the field a little bit, which was key. And that's really the difference in this game and maybe the 3 or 4 previous games is that. I thought our kids stepped up and made plays, but they played hard and they come out of the locker room ready to go.
This week, a special week on campus as it will mark senior day for the Muskies. And Coach, this class is your first class that you recruited in here at Muskingum. The seniors who will be recognized prior to the game: Jake Burns, Chad Bajak, C.J. MacArthur, Tony Pellegrino, Josh Sams, Teron Johnson, Brian Madzia, Mike Fritz, Dennis Hicks, Brian Barnhart, Romy Graham, KB Justice, Ben Smith, Joe Schaefer, Nick Ushold, and Josh Mummy. Can you talk about this group of young men and the foundation they've laid for the program?
Yeah, it's always exciting to have your first class kind of to recruit, but also to see graduate, and just a quality group of guys. And 4 years ago they bought into kind of our vision on what we thought the Muskingum football program should be about, and they've done a great job of upholding that vision and goals and kind of setting a tone for the classes to follow. But just a great group of young men in our program. They've all contributed, to the success that we've had in our program, and all to the values and the work ethic and all that they've kind of instilled in our younger kids. Man, I appreciate it, and it's a great group. And like anything, for those guys, I'm sure it's went pretty quick. But they've done such an amazing job for us at this point in time that we appreciate it.
Yeah, Coach, their opponent this Saturday will be Capital University. Capital and Muskingum both sitting at 3 and 5 overall in the OAC, so a big game as far as the standings are concerned. Capital will enter New Concord with a defense that's ranked last in pass defense and allowing almost 400 yards per game. Do you see some things that you're going to be able to exploit?
Yeah, I think the thing that we're coming off of is a game where we threw the ball pretty well against a very, very good defense. I think we know those are things that we need to continue to build on. We got to continue to work on protection stuff up front and being able to block. But Jake threw the ball. The first game last week that I saw Jake kind of in his old demeanor where he stood in there and threw the ball on time and took some hits, and just it was good to see him come back and play like he did. And we're going to try to build on that for this week. They do give us some things where we can throw the ball in, and we'll try to exploit that a little bit.
On the offensive side of the ball for the Crusaders, the return of Marty Osman back at the quarterback helm. Last year, Osman threw for 236 and a pair of touchdowns. In the backfield with him will be Dominic DeAndrea. He ran for 151 and 2 touchdowns. What will our defense have to do to slow them down?
Well, we haven't seen Marty on tape except for the first game this year, so our staff yesterday had to go back and pull out some film from last year and then what we had from our first game. So, but they'll come up with a good game plan. I think you do got to stop the running back. Marty is such a playmaker. He's got a great arm on him, but not playing that position for a while. You just never know what you get from him. But I'm sure he'll be ready to go. And but defensively, I think you got to stop him, and you got to contain. Marty a little bit on the perimeter. Moves just enough that he can hurt you, but he's got a great arm. And I'm sure they're going to take their shots down the field on us.
Coach, finally, Senior Day also coincides with the last home game of the season. Any special words you tell the guys in the locker room before this game?
We've talked about it, started to talk about it this week, but it's not just about this game, but it's their time here in our football program's winding down, and it's funny because you ask them about how many days you got left. Most of them know exactly what they got left in terms of days and time, and I think it starts to hit home for those guys a little bit to understand that I think their time in our program has been very good, and maybe not in terms of the wins, but in terms of what they brought to our program, the school, and great representatives. We couldn't be more proud of this group of seniors.
Coach, I want to thank you for taking the time to join us on Inside the Huddle, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.